Hello everybody and welcome to the Tiger Nexus podcast. Welcome to me riding solo. Welcome to State of the Tiger Cage, and a huge shout out to Billy from the Zero to Hero podcast for the name. I think the name absolutely is awesome. So fun little fact, the last episode we did in season 1, which ended in December, was a solo episode. I rambled on for 30 minutes. And I really enjoyed it. Just talking my mind, just spilling some tea, spilling my guts, just talking shit. And I spoke to Billy about it, and Billy said, "Hey, do it, man. Continue it. I'm not using this to replace episodes. These will never ever replace your Monday weekly episodes ever. So there will be times where there's just an extra episode that week." And they will always be titled State of the Tiger Cage, so you'll understand that these are solo episodes. When it comes to these solo episodes, I don't have anything promised. I can't promise you a date that they'll be dropped. I can't promise you how often they'll be dropped. I know for sure they'll be once a month, but that's at least. Basically, I'm just going to do these when I have something to say. And I can't promise you time length. I can't say that these are going to be an hour long. I can't say they're going to be 10 minutes long. It could literally be anything. It all depends on my thought pattern, how high do I feel in life, emotional, mental, physical states, and how low everything is. But I can promise you this, I will be taking a couple second break from talking every now and then to have a sip, and I will also be taking a couple second break every now and then to inhale chemicals through a vape filter. And then I also promise that every single one of these State of the Tiger Cage episodes is just going to be me rambling about shit. Just being honest, open. You might learn some things about me. It all depends. So anyway, I wanted to bring up something which has been quite a topic, especially on TikTok, for me over the last month. So on the 18th of December, I decided to quit, air quote, quit TikTok and YouTube. Now, this was planned from the beginning of November. Me and Cosmic267 spoke about it, and I told him beginning of November that I wanted to basically quit making content, air quote, just take a break from social media, really. Make content in the background, come back in January, and basically just see what would happen on TikTok. And he was like, yeah, do it. Just do it. So that's exactly what I did. On the 18th of December, I uploaded a TikTok video where I quit TikTok. And I said to everyone that I'm done. Everyone's nasty words, horrible messages, and all that stuff had gotten to me. And I was just drained. Now, tell the absolute truth. The bullying that I get on TikTok doesn't bother me. People say shit that they, it's just a reflection, a projection of whatever they're thinking, which I find depressing, really, on their behalf. What bothers me is that's all there is. That's what bothers me. That's what I found draining, was there is no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no crack in the wall. There's no, oasis in the desert. That is all there is pure negativity, and it just weighs you down sometimes. It's not the fact that, it's not what they're saying, it's the fact they're saying it, if that makes sense. So, I made this video. I told everyone that I'm quitting YouTube and TikTok. I quit. And the really funny thing is, this is how you know that you can't trust everybody. Because I had one general nice message. And the reason why I know it was a nice general message was because I know him. He's been a guest on this podcast. And I had to message him and tell him, by the way, it's fake as fuck. I just need a break from social media. And he went, dude, I understand. I'm glad that you're taking a break. Well done for trolling the trolls. And I can't wait to see you back in January. And then when I did come back in January, he was really psyched. There were nice comments. You can find the video on my TikTok. There were nice comments. But during these nice comments, I'm looking and I'm checking out the profiles. I don't know them. I don't know these people. They don't follow me. But they're saying stuff like, you shouldn't quit your dreams, fuck the haters, oh, I like watching your content. I don't know these people from Adam, and these people don't even follow me. So that's what I found funny. So I took a break from the 18th, and I came back on the 6th of January, and in between these two dates, I had recorded a whole bunch of stuff for multiple different channels, from the 6th of January to the 10th of January, so for that first week there, me coming back, every single channel I have, every single one of them, every single channel I have, had content being uploaded. Could have been a video, could have been a couple, doesn't matter, every single channel had a video uploaded, which was really cool. I came back hard, I came back swinging, and, I've been trying to, figure out a schedule. I had a schedule in 2024 of what days to upload, and as much as I liked that schedule, I think that was the wrong type of schedule to have. I think that my schedule should be, what day do I record what do I do when, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to figure out that schedule. I had some technical difficulties at the end of January with my microphone, so that did put a halt on things, but I am coming back swinging again, so that's awesome. But yeah, 6th of January, we had stories come out, we had gaming stuff come out, I've live streamed a couple times since then, which was a lot of fun. But I took this break because, like I said, it was just weighing me down, bro. It just weighing me down, and I actually felt depressed. I don't know if I was depressed, but it was almost like I had depression over the concept of the social media, surrounding me. And to take in this break was nice, and I kept on thinking it was me making content that I needed a break from. It wasn't. It was me taking a break from the social aspect of it all. And, it was nice to record content and schedule it and things, and it was almost like I was being sneaky about it, and it was just nice to be able to not tell TikTok. I find very weird. I get a lot of hassle on TikTok for literally no reason. I'm still very confused on why I get hassle on TikTok, to be honest. To tell the absolute truth, the reasons why I get hassle on TikTok is stupid stuff, really. I'm just trying to think of some of the reasons. First one, my teeth. My teeth are crooked, and if I smile, you'll easily tell my teeth are crooked. Now, the way that my teeth are crooked, I don't actually understand what happened. It is just the way that my teeth came out of the gums, just the way my adult teeth grew. I have two teeth on the top row that mirror each other, and they are literally diagonal in my mouth. So instead of being a straight, if you run the tip of your tongue across the bottom of your top row of teeth, it should all line up together. Mine don't. You'll actually snag, and they are literally diagonal, perfect diagonal. I've also got one tooth at the very top of my gum that's actually grown over another tooth. It's really hard to describe, but it kind of grew awkwardly. And it just got ripped through the gum, and it now just stays there. And luckily, when I smile, you can't really see it, so that's alright. But yeah, my teeth are crooked, and honestly, it doesn't bother me. It does not bother me at all. I do have a bottom canine tooth, if you want to call it that grew slightly at a different angle. It was more, instead of going up out of my gum, it came out like a 90, I don't want to say 90, it's a bit too much. I don't know, like 15 degrees too far away from straight up. So it used to catch on my lip a lot, and I used to cut myself. But I just filed it down, so now it's no longer too sharp. So it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. And I don't understand why everyone's this bothered about me having straight teeth. It's my fucking teeth. And if you don't like looking at my crooked teeth, fuck off, innit? Another thing is that I have long hair and I paint my nails. So, first things first, I have long hair. I've always had long hair. Always have, always will. Always will have long hair. I've had long hair most of my life. There's been times where I've had to, like, cut it off or cut it shorter. I've shaved it off completely 2 or 3 times. The last time I shaved it off, I was 15. Yep, yeah, because I had my first girlfriend. She actually helped. So, 15. I was 15 when I first, the last time I shaved my head. I do trim my hair. It does, like, you know, the ends get cut and things. I want to do something with it. I just don't know what yet. I want to style it somehow. I just don't know what yet. But I'm having long hair whether people like it or not. If I don't have long hair, I look like the weird, fucked up man-child created by Malcolm in the Middle's youngest brother and, Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I look like that. And I paint my nails because I just like having different coloured nails. Who the fuck cares? You know, back in the 1800s, men were painting their nails before women were. It was actually classed as slutty and rude if women painted their nails back in the day. It only became okay for women to paint their nails when women were allowed to be in higher offices and higher classes and things, and women were allowed to sit in a boardroom full of men, and, you know, women were allowed to have a voice of some kind and shit. And then it's only the higher up women that were allowed to paint their nails. Women in a lower class weren't allowed to paint their nails for a very long time. I actually think it's been less than... I think it's actually been less than 150 years since the lower class woman could paint their nails and be accepted. So my answer to you why I paint my nails is because I fucking want to. And then, of course, a lot of people like to mention the fact that, like, because I have 22 YouTube channels and I have a kid and I have a fiance and obviously I came from 2 people and things... A lot of people like to throw that in my face and say, oh, I bet, you know, your son's really proud of calling you his dad. And, oh, I bet your parents are really proud of you and all this jazz. Let me tell you this, right? I could not care less what my parents think of me. Now, to some people, and I completely respect you guys, I respect everybody, to some people, you know, their parents' approval mean everything. Alright, yeah, okay, fair enough. But let me tell you this. My dad's been arrested twice. For the same thing. My dad's been arrested twice. And one of them was quite recent. And then you've got my mother, who raised me most of the time. My parents split when I was 4. And the issue of my mother is that she's a very talented woman. Extremely talented. She's been told by 3 different professionals that she could sing at an opera level. I don't actually know what the musician term for it is. There's a specific set of words. I don't know what they are. But basically, at an opera singing level, she can bake. She can also make jewelry, make different cards, like birthday cards and Valentine's Day cards and stuff from, like, scratch. She can knit, she can sew, she can crochet, she can do stuff with, like, modelling clay. She can do drawing, she's an artist, she can write really well. You know, music, poetry, story, she's really good at coming up with things on the spot. And she's also got letters after her name. She can, by law, she could, if she got, like, one more qualification or something crap, she could actually be a therapist or a psychiatrist or whatever road she wanted to go down. So she's a very talented woman. She has a lot of things under her belt. And the sad thing is, I've grown up with this woman and she can never stick to her guns. She's always changed her mind, and she's always gone back to square one, and she still does it to this day. So what do I mean by this is, when everything I've just mentioned has been a point in her life. Now I'm 26, and so all the things, I've mostly missed a couple of things, to be fair, but all the things I've just mentioned has been a time frame that I remember as a kid, growing up into being a teenager, to moving out to, being an adult. And, like, I had to live with my mother for a year and a half when I was 23. And when I lived with my mother for that year and a half, there were 4 months where all my mother and my stepmother did was bake. And we're talking all types of sweet cakes and, dessert-like cakes and things. She got the qualifications for it. She had her kitchen checked out. Her kitchen had an official government-approved 5-star rating for cleanliness and everything. So by law, they were legally allowed to bake goods in her kitchen and then go and sell them. She had a license for it and everything. So she did everything right. Now, they did start making money by doing this, but obviously when you do start a business like this, you're going to spend more money than you make money, and then eventually the two wavelengths of spending and making kind of line themselves up nicely, so you can make money, and then you spend some of that money to get more resources, but you're not losing loads. And my mother never got to that point. She gave up after 4 months, and she decided to do something else, and sadly my stepmother wanted to continue. My stepmother wanted to continue this baking job, and my mum was like, hey, you continue it, but I give up. And the really sad thing is that's my mother through and through. That is my mother through and through. Now they're dog trainers. And they go off and they train people's dogs. Sorry, they don't train people's dogs. They train people on how to be good with their dogs. Because it's all about the person. And it's got a time limit. It has a time limit. I'm waiting. No, I don't speak to my mum right now. But I'm waiting for the day that I find out she's no longer dog training. So I grew up with these two people. I grew up with a woman who has all these life goals. She never had an official job. She's a stay-at-home mum. I have 2 other siblings on my mum's side, and I'm the middle kid. So, my mum was always around. And then I had my dad, who always worked. Always worked. But that's all he ever did. That's all my dad ever did. And it drove him to a point where he needed that spark of excitement. And that got built up to a point where now he's doing dumb shit and getting himself into trouble. So that's where those are my 2 examples of life. Is you either, do what you want, but you fizzle out until you come up with something new, or you grind life and you have no excitement. Those are my 2 examples of life. And when I became a dad, his mother needed a C-section. Logan was not sitting right, and every time that the doctors tried to see what was what, Logan's heart rate used to fly off the roof. And then they said to Logan's mum, okay, look, you got 2 choices. We can wait for this to come naturally. We can wait until you're the right amount of centimeters, and we can do labour. That could be another 2 to 3 days. And the longer you leave it, the less likely Logan's going to have a fighting chance. Or, in 20 minutes, we have a C-section. She looks at me and I'm like, yeah, fucking go. I don't care. It's your body, you do what you need to do. So she decided to have a C-section, and obviously when a woman goes for a C-section, they need to be sewn back up. I know that's a bit dark, but that's the truth. So I'm handed this baby, and it's like the 2nd, maybe 3rd baby I've ever held in my life. And I'm 20, and I'm looking at this tiny pink blob in my arms, and he's adorable. And, I'm staring at him, and all I can think about is when this kid, this tiny, tiny little thing is 18 years old. I need him to be able to sit there on his 18th birthday and say to himself, yeah, my parents did a good job. My parents were cool. Yeah, my parents did a good job. I cannot say that. I cannot say my parents did a good job on me. I don't believe that. I have a lot of issues with that. And it sucks. And like I said at the beginning, I understand there's a lot of people out there who have a really good relationship with their parents, that love their family and shit like that, but I am not one of those. So when it comes to Logan, I've got to do better than my mum and dad. So here's the thing that people don't realise on TikTok, right? Certain information when it comes to, like, YouTubers and social media influencers and content creators and stuff, there's certain information we're not going to share. I do have a job. A lot of people think I don't. It's really weird. I'm a carer. I care for a woman who lives in the same village as me. It takes me about 3 minutes to walk to her house. Maybe 4 if it's really windy or if it's been icy or something and I've got to be careful where I'm stepping. But it takes me about 2 to 4 minutes, say, right? And some days I'm there for a couple hours. Some days I'm there for half an hour. I visit her twice a day. Some days I'm only there once. It all depends on what she needs from me. So once that's done, I go back home and I'm a stay-at-home dad. So I make money and then I come home and I'm home 90% of the day some days. Well, Logan's in school and my fiance now has a really fantastic job where she works with special needs kids. So between those two things, I have an empty house. Apart from the 3 cats that we have, I have an empty house. So I make content. And I've always made content. I've been making content since I was 17. That's a different story for a different episode. But I've been making content since I was 17. Now, here's the thing. This is another argument that people keep picking up on TikTok. If you put... This is the main comment I get. If you put all your content into one channel, you'll grow quicker. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. And I'm going to say it one more time for dramatic effect. That is bullshit. And here's why. I have watched so many videos of people talking about having multiple channels. And I've also watched people talk about how they came to be popular on YouTube. I've also watched a whole bunch of different YouTube channels that are dedicated to help people grow on YouTube, and I've watched them talk about it as well. Now, here's the thing when it comes to watching people talk about growing big on YouTube, is you can't always listen to what they say. Now, here's the thing. I have a YouTube channel called If You Get That, a podcast. Now, the whole point of that is how to make YouTube easier. That's the thing, right? A lot of people do these YouTube channels, but they come up with really dumb things, right? I watched a video the other day where this guy who has a YouTube channel dedicated about how to make YouTube successful for you, and his video was, how did I make this YouTube channel monetized in 7 days? Yeah, what he did was, he got one of the biggest TV shows on the fucking planet, okay, like literally it has like 20 something seasons, recorded like half of it, right? So we're talking about like 12 to 13 seasons, right? Then he clipped 60 seconds of the like third act of each episode. Then he made sure that each clip was 60 seconds long and uploaded them as shorts, making sure that each one ended in a dramatic effect, making you want to watch the next one. But there was no next one because the next one was from a different episode. And that's how he got monetized. So I'm like, well, you can't be telling everyone to do that because that just is boring. That's bullshit. So there are some good ones out there. And if you give it out a YouTube channel, it will never be like that. I explain how to make If I ever do an explanation videos, how to make things easier, how to do things on a low budget, because a lot of people think that to be successful on YouTube, you need all this equipment and cameramen and editors, and I'm like, no, you don't. You can do things solo. I do everything all by myself. I don't have any help with anything. The only thing I have help with is sometimes people throw story ideas at me. That is it. I do everything all by myself. I record, I write scripts, I edit, I upload, I make the thumbnails, I do everything by my lonesome. And I can run 22 channels because I have the time. That's literally the only reason why I can do that. But I run all these different types of channels. Now, there's this one guy on YouTube, Dan, I believe he's called Dan the Creator. I want to say that's his name, but don't hold me to that. And he has done a video of these 4 things, the 4 things you can do that will kill your channel in 2024. So this video is a couple months old now. And I watched it, and I watched it out of curiosity, and the very second thing he says was, keep to your niche. And he says that, and he explains it very well, actually. He says that YouTube will push your videos depending on the hashtags you use, depending on what type of viewers watch your videos, and things like this. And he says that, let's just say if you do 2 gaming videos, and then you do a video where you're playing disc golf, and then you do a video where you're cooking, the YouTube algorithm isn't going to know where to push your videos, because you're doing 3 different types of content. So, let's use gaming for an example. It's one of the biggest things on YouTube. Let's say you're playing a really popular game, right? Let's use Minecraft a minute, right? Let's say you make a Minecraft video, and you use all the right hashtags, and you use all the right descriptive words and everything like this. Now, when you do that, YouTube algorithm will find the people that like watching Minecraft videos and find the people that have picked up on your videos, and then it'll go, okay, well, this person's looked for Minecraft, I'll throw it that person's way. Oh, this person has used the words in this video's description, I'll push it that way. And things, and that's how it works. It picks up on the words you use in your description, it picks up on the hashtag you use in the tab bar, and it'll use your title and things like this. And it will use people that have watched your videos and they've searched for things that have linked it to you, they'll push to other people who have also searched the same thing. And that's how it works. So if someone sits there on YouTube and types Minecraft story mode, and it finds your video, for an example, down the row of lists, and they click on it, YouTube knows that when people search for Minecraft story mode, they're going to find your video, so it pushes to the people that have searched for Minecraft story mode before. It does all different types of things with the algorithm. Algorithm makes no sense, but makes perfect sense at the same time. So if you're uploading a gaming video, a sports video, and a baking video all in one, that makes no fucking sense to the YouTube algorithm, and the YouTube algorithm gets confused. Hence why I have separated all of my accounts. Now, to tell the absolute truth, it's really fucking easy. So many people keep saying to me, oh, it must be hard remembering 22 passwords. And I'm like, no, because YouTube allows, for every Google account, you can have 100 YouTube channels. YouTube gives you the ability to literally have multiple YouTube accounts. And my buddy Gray, he made a very good point on one of my videos, and he said, if you look at some of the biggest popular YouTubers that upload constantly, they have made separate accounts for a reason. And that's very, very true. So many big YouTubers have more than one account because they are known for one specific type of niche, whether that's gaming or, breaking down events on social media or whatever the case may be. And if they want to do something else, they make another account, another YouTube channel, because they don't want to confuse their YouTube algorithm or their audience. So what I mean by this is, Okay, this is the biggest example. You guys need to check out a YouTuber called Crypt. He's an amazing guy. I really want Crypt on the podcast. Crypt is a rapper. He's a musician. And on his main YouTube channel, he uploads his music. But what he also does is he reacts to music. And most of the time, it is rap music, hip-hop music that he's reacting to. He has reacted to some heavy metal and things. But he reacts to music, and he's the type of reactor who will pause the video that he's watching to break down the bars that he's listening to, break down the melodies, explain to you, like, what this could possibly mean, what this is a metaphor of, and things like this, and he's very good. He's very good. Now, those two, making music and reacting to music, are different types of videos, sure, but they fall under the same niche in a sense. So it does work. Now, he wanted to do other videos. He likes making content, and, you know, his job is now YouTube. He makes money through his first channel. So he said he did a video where he talks about this old YouTube account he had, which basically at one point was just uploading stream clips, but he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't want to do that, and he hasn't uploaded on it for years. So he said that it's now going to be called Crypt 2.0, and on there, it's literally just going to be whatever the fuck he wants. There isn't going to be any music reactions, there isn't going to be any music on there, that's for his main account. But what he's going to do on there is the videos that he's had ideas for, that he wants just to record and make because he's a creative person in general, and he's just going to dump it there. If it makes money, cool. If it doesn't, fuck it. So here's the thing. So far, he's uploaded things like a vlog. He's uploaded a video where he makes a Philly cheesesteak, I think it was. And like that was actually really interesting. Watching him cook, I've never seen this man cook. It was really interesting. He's talked about a horror movie because he's really into horror films and things like this. So that's what he does, you know. So this is why I have separated my accounts, my content. Granted, I have 4 gaming accounts. I do have 4 gaming accounts. And Tiger Tales is separated. There's 7 Tiger Tales channels. So there alone, I could dumb 11. I could dumb down 11 accounts. 11 YouTube channels into 2. So already 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Already we've dumbed it down to 13. I understand that. I get that. Completely. But I've done this before. I've done this whole thing before, and I have sat here for 10 years making content. Almost. 10 years. And the funny thing is when it comes to building up to a point where you're almost at a monetization point, it's incredible. I had 990 something subscribers. I had way over 4,000 watch minutes or watch hours, or the fuck they're called. I was so close to being monetized. Then I get hacked into. And whoever hacks into my email account, my Google account, deletes my YouTube channel from existence. It doesn't exist. You cannot find it. And the way that they get it deleted is actually very clever. Very, very clever. And I can no longer access that email account, and that YouTube channel is long gone. So my biggest issue with that YouTube account is I tried doing everything on there. Reactions, all different types of gaming, and different types of stuff. And I also tried talking about movies and TV shows, video games and everything. The only time I made a separate channel was Tiger Tales. And my art channel. And that's it. So I had these 4 channels, basically. And Tiger had 990 something subscribers, and I lost it all. And it was a kick in the teeth, man. And this happened, a year and a half ago. It's only happened a year and a half ago. So it took me a long time to get to 990 something. And I literally had everything taken away from me about almost a year and a half ago, because we were in the house I'm in now. We moved in here in the June, and this happened in the following August. And this June coming up in 2025 makes it 2 years that we've lived in this house. So, yeah, quite about a year and a half ago. And I had to start again. And I saw that as a good thing. I saw starting again as such a good thing because I got to do it correct this time. And I want people to know what they're getting out of my YouTube channels. So the reason why I have 4 different gaming channels, for an example, one is my main walkthrough channel. This is where you'll listen to me play games. You'll watch me play games, sorry. And I don't like using the camera. And I know a lot of people prefer to see the person play the game, like see the actual person. I'm not bothered by that. Now here's the thing. I cannot remember who said it. I cannot remember. I want to say it was Matt Pat. I think it was Matt Pat. Matt Pat said, if you are not willing to sit down and watch your content, if you're not happy with sitting down and watching your own content, as content, not as, watching you, but as content, if you're not happy with it, then how can you expect everyone else to be? And when I watched that and I listened to those words, I was like, that's a very good point. Sometimes I don't listen to that point. There are videos out there on the 22 channels that I'm like, I needed a video, fuck it, we'll throw this up there. Not exactly pleased with it, but I did it anyway. But I'm happy with playing the game and you just hear my voice. The Rad Brad is my biggest influence when it comes to gaming. Huge influence when it comes to gaming. So that's why I play games without the camera. And I separated the gaming content because I play all different types of games over all different types of fandoms, different niches, different consoles, different generations. And I don't want 2 things. One, I don't want people getting lost in trying to find my a specific type of content, because I play story-driven games, I play multiplayer games, and all sorts of stuff. So, I don't want people sat there watching a Gears of War video on a Monday, that's part 7, and they're like, okay, I can't wait for part 8, I really enjoy this guy playing Gears of War, and then I don't upload Gears of War for another 2 weeks because there's other games I want to play. And second of all, that leads to my second point, I'll get bored as fuck doing something like that. Hence why I've separated the 3 main gaming channels are separated. So I literally can upload a video every single day on 2 of them, every other day on 1 of them, and then I have a live streaming channel because I wanted to live stream and then snip the live stream into little videos that I find cool and re-upload them into videos. So that's what the live streaming channel's for. But yeah, I have 22 channels because I understand how the YouTube algorithm works, and I have plenty of examples. And on TikTok, I've shown off these examples, but do people listen? No. People are trolls, people are wankers, and it's dumb. And the human race is stupid, and I don't care. Anyway, the main reason why I have 22 channels, right? Are you ready for this? I hope you're ready for such a hard-hitting, such a big momentum. This has a lot of power behind it, right? This will shock you. This will blow your fucking minds about the main reason why I have 22 channels. I hope you're holding onto your hats, your scrotums, and your assholes are tightened. Are you ready for this? The reason why I have 22 channels is because I fucking want to. It is that simple. It is because I fucking want to. And people keep saying to me, oh, you'll never grow, and all this. I don't think people understand how to run 22 channels, because it's not hard. I put just as much time and effort into everything that I do. I put everything it has. The only thing that don't have a lot of effort into, honestly, right? And this is just me being genuinely honest now. The one channel that literally has barely any effort into at the moment, but should. Eventually it will, right? Is my cosplaying channel. Because it's only got 2 main videos. And all the videos that I post on there, my shorts and stuff, are just TikToks. It's the easiest thing to fucking do. But I'm getting there. I'm getting to a point where I like making cosplay videos. I've got a couple of ideas I also need to talk to Cosplay Dude about, because he could also do something similar on If You Give It Out a Cosplay. But yeah, when it comes to me making content, I'm gonna keep making content. And guess what? In January alone, 2 of my accounts got over 100 subscribers. One of them is almost at 100 subscribers, and the only reason why it hasn't got to 100 subscribers yet is because I'm using my time to explain stuff, and I'm not making artwork. It's my artwork channel, and I'm not drawing things. I'm explaining the Ozzymon and what the Ozzymon are. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to the first official installment to State of the Tiger Cage. This is going to be an ongoing series. Again, I have no time frame. I have no map for this. I could upload another one next week. I could upload another one in next month. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on anything in particular, please go to the YouTube channel of the Tiger Nexus podcast and leave a comment on this particular episode. And let me know what you guys want me to talk about. I can come up, I can ramble on for 40 minutes, easy as you can see. But if you guys want to hear my thoughts on anything, whether it's, something that's happening in the world, movies, TV shows, we can talk. I can literally talk about literally anything. Maybe kind of like a Q&A type deal. Maybe you want to find out my favorite food or my favorite music or whatever. You guys let me know. Go to the video version of this on YouTube and leave a comment. Thank you guys for listening. Of course, don't forget to check us out on Spotify. We have more interviews coming. This week, I just dropped a video with an interview with Cosplay Dude 67, where we talked about anime. That was really fun. I really did enjoy that one. We've also had a talk with James this month. We've had a movie Dumpster Dive this month. I had the Free Ranger Bros on this month as well, which has been great. But yeah, thank you guys for checking it all out. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go and follow us on the podcast platforms. And of course, if you guys want me to talk about anything in particular in the State of the Tiger Cage, make sure you check out the comment section on the video version of this. And yeah, I love you all. Roar of passion, everybody. And I shall see you in the next installment of the State of the Tiger Cage.
What you have just listened to is a product created by the 3 Ranger Bros Studio.
Hosted by 3 cosplaying fathers who
happen to be massive geeks of all sorts of fandoms.
They are Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger,
Cosplay Dude 637,
and Tiger.
The studio covers different types of YouTube videos, TikToks, podcasts, and live streams.
If you wish to find out who cosplays who, the YouTube channel, the TikTok accounts, and the podcasts, and all of the other social media platforms,
please go to the 3rangerbrostudios.com.